Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So we just finished the Jaguar and now we're going to be working on this 2009 Mercedes ML320 CDI. Now this car failed its MOT back in January, and there is a few faults coming up on the screen. Sorry guys, I was just because could swear it was making a weird vibration, but maybe just me. So as you can see, there's a lot of faults coming up in there. Third brake lamp, the battery, not sure about that one. I was not asked to look at this one. It takes a little bit to start, but I'm not sure if it's the battery or glow plugs, but it definitely takes a few times to start. But as you can see, it's a reversing lamp, third brake lamp. Actually, I will show you exactly what it failed for. As you can see, it failed in 14th of January 2022. We are end of May now. So major defect. So stop lamps not working, near side rear. Position lamp not working, near side rear. Registration lamp does not illuminate simultaneously with position lamps, rear. Reversing lamp does not emit a steady white light, near side rear. So everything, as you can see, is on the near side. And that's it. That's the faults. The battery, I'm not 100% sure what that is. Don't know if it's a bad battery, if the battery is bad or whatever. We might just have a quick look as a courtesy. We're not going to touch that because I was not asked to do it. But as for the lights, obviously we have these here. We have the car warning us about these problems. Now I'm going to we're going to go at the back of the car and we're just going to confirm that these faults are actually there, and I guess we'll proceed. We'll start to investigate what's going on. Okay, so as you can see, we have, so at the moment I have brake pedal depressed, as you can see, and I have headlights on, hazard lights on, reverse is engaged, and fog lights are on. As you can see, nothing works on that side apart from the reversing light, as you can see. So there's no turn signal, there is no position light, which is the bottom one, along with the brake pedal if I'm not mistaken, and there is no fog light, although the fog light I'm not 100% sure if it would come up on both sides. And as you can see, the turn signal doesn't work, and the reverse light only works on that side, on the opposite side, other than that. So yeah, another thing that I've noticed as well, it might be just that is not even related, is that the boot is electric, it's automatic, and that is not working either. But that might not be even related. Yeah, so that's the faults we have. I think the first thing I'm going to do probably is scan the car, see if there's anything in there that might help pointing into some direction. But yeah, that's going to be the next step. Okay, we'll just do a quick auto scan. Although I think we could go straight into the rear SEM, which is going to be responsible for all the functions at the back of the car, but we'll just do it like this. A lot of modules with codes. I bet loads of these are for batteries, for low battery or something like that, or low voltage, but we'll let it do the scan and then we'll carry on from there. Okay, auto scan is finished. As you can see, we have a lot of modules with faults, but look at the rear SEM. So pretty much all the modules have faults apart from a few at the bottom. Everything else it has faults. Let's just have a quick look to a few of them just to see if that confirms my suspicion for the battery. God knows what that means. The thing is, a low battery, guys, can cause all sort of weird faults. As the modules are low on battery, they can trigger all sort of stuff. Okay, so let's gonna check this one. I was nearly running out of space on the phone. I had to delete a few clips. There we go. Low voltage. Let's gonna see what the airbag says, just in case. But we are literally wasting our time going through this when we have these battery issues, literally. So under voltage, yeah, that's it, guys. Pointless to carry on with this. It's gonna go straight to our what's the name, rear SEM. What is that? 19 codes. Let's gonna see what the rear SEM tell us. Okay, retrieve all those codes. The battery is charging definitely, so we have 14 volts there, so surely it's going to be a bad battery most likely. Okay, so rear, oh dear me, so stored, tailgate, door license plate, right, or wired to the component, has an open circuit, blah 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 blah. Stored in current, door license plate, rear, blah blah blah. Fault is not a wiring component, short circuit to ground. Communication fault with component, so alarm. Component center high mounted stop lamp wired to component as a short circuit to ground. Center high mounted component ambient lighting to wire. Okay, so a lot of these. Let me just see if there's anything here. So low voltage. Let's try to see if there's something here. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be front SEM is not sending it out, so it's okay. So that's okay. So yeah, that's a lot of codes. We can't really do a lot with these codes. I can try these active tests, but I think it's going to do exactly the same stuff. Okay, left and right. Let's going to do from the back of the car. Okay, I need to put the battery on charge and just turn the engine off. So let's going to do right, just to make sure this is working first. So right is working. Okay. It's going to do F3. So the other one, so the left now is showing active, but is obviously not working. Okay, so 5 is both. Yeah, not working. 6, F6, turn them off. That's it. Okay, so definitely not working. So I think it's time to open that boot and do some inspection to where this module lives, and see if he's not suffering from, or he didn't suffer from, the quite well known water ingress. Okay, and on this side, which is where the SEM lives, so here we have the fuse board and relay board, and then the SEM lives, let me show you, lives right here underneath. The light is not very good, but it lives in there. Before we get to it, let's just do some visual inspection. There is some plugs here, inside these foams. I don't know where they go, but there's some plugs around here. This one looks okay. Some more in here, as you can see. No, you can't see, but that looks alright. So inside these little foams there is plugs inside. I just want to make sure they look good. Some more here, some I guess, so this goes to these lights, so some I guess might go from here to the other side perhaps, don't know. Well, look here. Okay, so this is quite clean actually. Some more down here. Oh, this doesn't look good. Right. Corrosion. Can you see that? I hope the phone is capturing this. Let me just pull this out and see how bad it is inside. Yeah, definitely corrosion, but it's not. The pins are still there in place, so don't think this would be the cause of, well, you never know. We just came from that Jaguar. We're gonna have to clean these, etc, etc, but for now we'll just pull it in and out a few times. Try to get a contact in there. Now just remember, I don't know where these things goes, so I don't have a clue at the moment. Gets into this loom. This loom comes to here and comes up and looks like it goes up somewhere. Okay. It doesn't plug anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Right. I think we're gonna have to get to the SAM itself and see how it is. But for that, okay, maybe I'll take that cover there just before, so we can see, just in case if there's nothing wrong on the SAM, and it is actually something here. Oh gosh. Okay. I don't know. Boom. Yep. There it is. Okay. Oh, damn it. Damn it. If this side is like this, how is the other side going to be? The SAM is above it, so I can't really see it, but it will not surprise me. Okay, so let's kind of start to dismantle a little bit more the bottom of this, so we can have a good access to everything, and then we'll carry on from there. Okay, so this is obviously explaining as well why the boot doesn't work, because the pump for the boot is there. The hydraulic unit that runs the pump for the boot is there, so that's why when you press this, you just get that. That's explained as well. Okay, I'll give him a ring, see if he wants me to have a look at that while we are here, but I was never asked to fix the boot, it was only the lights. But I'll give a ring to the guy, see if he wants me to look at that while we are here. It might be that I need a new pump, I don't know, but we'll leave that for a second. Even because I don't know, we'll forget about that now. But yeah, it's explained, there's water everywhere, so I'm going to carry on dismantling probably this side now. There's a plug in there that was underwater pretty much. This one here, there's a plug inside this. I'm not sure, it goes outside, so I'm not sure if it's for the parking system or something along those lines perhaps, but we'll give you a clean as well. Right, it looks like it's going to be a tricky job, this one, and obviously find out where the water is coming from. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, usually the water goes through these lights somewhere here. I think it's these lights here, the seals around these lights that allows the water to slide in, so we might have a look at that. But yeah, water And it's just raining again as well, by the way. Okay, so definitely water has been there. You can see right there the mark where the water has been. You can see a little bit here, so I'm going to assume we're going to open this module, inspect, see how it is, but I'm going to have a guess that water has been in there and the module is damaged, really. Okay, so from from all the module, all the plugs in use, there's only one in there that you can see that is a little bit bad. All the other ones, these two are not in use, those in there, but that doesn't really mean, but this one is quite bad. And the other ones are clean. This last one is not in use. But again, nothing like open the module and have a good look inside. That's what's going to dictate what might be wrong with this. Okay, that's going to do it. Okay, so the module is pretty much open. So there is signs of water inside. At the back, quite obvious. Is it going to be salvageable? We'll see. To remove this part now, there is these little tabs on every single of these plugs that you're gonna have to push. So I've started on this end, tick, and you go all the way back, and you do them all, and then, oh dear. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Nah. This is bad. This is bad. Look at this. Dear me. Oh gosh. Jesus. This is definitely bad. Definitely bad. And look at that, guys. After a good cleaning, and I mean a good cleaning, I got everything back on. Turn signals, reversing lights on both sides, brake lights, third stop, running lights at the bottom. At the moment that one is a little bit brighter because I have the fog lights. So if I put the fog lights out, they will dim down a little bit. So obviously the fog lights only come on that side, and I do have both number plates, both number plate lights. So guys, it's fixed. Good, sweet. Now I'm not gonna just leave it like that. I'm gonna clean a little bit thoroughly more. Let me open this. Oh, this is a nightmare to open this like this. Okay, so at the moment it's just like that. So obviously I'm gonna clean a little bit more. Definitely cleaning a little bit more. And then I'm going to cover that on or with, let me see what I have here. There it is. So this is a it's like a varnish, like a lacquer that you put on top, and that creates a protective layer against moisture, etc, etc. But not before give a way better clean than it is. I've cleaned quite well, but under the plugs I don't want to have to remove the plugs, so I'm going to use a brush to try to clean, take everything away from there. And then we're going to have to obviously drain the water on that side. There's a plug on this side. I believe it's going to be, this plug is for the sensors. It's a plug here. This, it goes outside, so I think this might be for the sensors perhaps, but it's completely corroded. Gonna have to drain that water obviously, remove the lights, get the seals done around there, make sure we seal this properly. Whew. He's here idling now for a little bit and it's smoking a bit, so I'm gonna turn it off. But really happy that that's all it took to get this running again, and yes, that's where we are. So let's gonna finish it off, and then I'm gonna ring the guy, see if he wants me to look at the boot, if he wants me to fix the boot, we will do a separate video for that most likely. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. Quite nice and simple. Looks like we're going to be able to recover that board. But yeah, if he doesn't get any more water, probably it will last. If he happens that he gets more water, even with that lacquer, if he gets more water, then it might be that he's going to fail again. But we'll see how he goes, guys. So stay over there and I will take you through the rest. Okay, guys, following day. These are not going very well. Yesterday I've been here, so I'm working nights today, so I don't have much time, but so yesterday the last bit I've showed you was actually everything working at the back. As I was kept trying, turning the lights off, on and off, the brake lights, engaging in reverse. I was trying to sort of testing it properly. All of a sudden, one of the times I turned the lights on, and what happened is, I'm going to actually show you what happened. So I'm going to turn ignition on, side lights, and what happens is this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. So as you can see, nothing comes up on that side. Oh, sorry, it came up now. Sometimes it doesn't come up at all, but you see it flickering a little bit. Sometimes it comes up with the brake light at the top, but on this side, it just comes up with the brake light all the time. Now, if I unplug the thingy that powers all these lights, see if I can do this one hand. Oh, come on. Just don't want to. Come on. So if I unplug this, which is this little plug here, is the one that makes connections for these lights, for the brake lights and side lights, etc, etc. Now sometimes, it's not always, but sometimes when I plug it back in, let's see if it does it this time. It did. So now it came up okay, both sides at the bottom. Can you see that? But now if I do this, it comes back on. Now I had that board out. So yesterday, guys, I've been here until about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just had enough of this, really. I've reflowed majority of the ships around. I found, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, maybe under the microscope, but it is pointless. One of the chips had one of the legs. You're not going to be able to see here on camera, but that leg in there you might be able to see just a tiny bit. It's a little bit corroded. Okay, and what I've done, this chip was over here, so I've swapped over these two chips with these two. I removed all of these chips, and I removed, I think, these three, and I removed this, I can't remember now, to clean underneath, and I reflowed all these ones. I reflowed the processor, I reflowed loads of stuff. I measured God knows how many components. I can't find anything wrong. The only thing I'm thinking of is that this, it looks to me like a multi-layer board, because some of the through holes, they go onto the other side, but they don't connect to anything. That is usually a good indication that the reason why they go through the other side is to connect in between somewhere. It could be one of those connections somewhere that is gone. I've spent way too much time now on this. I know you guys like to see the repairs of these things, and I could possibly, if I had a schematic, or if I had a good board to go through, maybe. But it is a very tricky mission to do this, because there's some of the through holes, they are underneath these chips, which means I would have to remove every single chip from this board, especially on the areas where the water was, and try to measure everything to see where was maybe failing. I didn't remove these sockets, these plugs, these plastic plugs, sockets, whatever you want to call them. I didn't remove them, which obviously I cleaned as much as I could underneath. But it could be that it's something underneath. That would be another good option. But honestly, guys, it's it's, I don't know, it's a little bit odd now. Plus I've lost another function for some odd reason. I can't open the boot from the outside now, so if I try to open the boot on the thingy in there, on that on the latch on the outside, on the switch, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't work. I had to remove this thing inside to open from inside, so I've lost that function as well. I don't know at what point I've lost it, because I don't know if it was straight away when that failed as well, because I was working with the boot open all the time. So this is the bad news. I don't want to discharge the battery because this battery is quite bad. One of the things is working now is this. So obviously you guys remember, I'm not going to do a separate video for this. So the boot, the pump for the boot, as you can see, it is bad. It's completely soaked in water. It was soaked in water, as you can see. It's pretty bad. Okay, but the shaft was seized, so I've cleaned the, so I released the shaft with some pliers. I managed to release it, lubricate the bearings in there, etc. And now I want to actually show you. Let me see how I'm going to do this though, because it is a little bit of glare. I'm not going to be able to hold on, guys. Let me put the phone. Okay, so this should do. So what I do have is a 12 volts power supply on the floor. So once I release this, so this is basically a motor, a pump that when it reverses, it pumps the oil the opposite way. So this is hydraulic. There's a oil ram, there's a ram here at the top, a cylinder, and this just pumps oil to it. So what I want to show you is that, I don't know. There we go. Whoop. Before I trap myself. So it is working. Yes, guys, I know it might not gonna last, especially when you look at the state of this motor. But who knows, we all might last. So for now, I think I've spoke with the owner already. He told me to have a look, but obviously he asked me to spend as least as possible. So I'm going to explain to him that we're going to leave it like that, and we'll see for how long it lasts. So I'm going to dry all of these. Obviously I'm going to scrape this scrap off, try to make it look a little bit better, but ideally would be a new pump. For that, I think it's going to have to be probably a second-hand unit, I guess, but we're going to have to get one. I don't see any other way of doing this. Definitely I'm not going to spend more time with this. I spent way too much time yesterday, another hour or so today, going through the board again, few bits and bobs, but yeah, it is what it is, guys. So it looks like this video is going to turn out into be a rear SEM replacement now at this point. That again, I'm not going to take you through. If it needs replacing, I would take you through, but I don't think I'm going to do it now. So it's just going to be like that, I guess. Okay, and right, I'm officially giving up now on trying to repair this module. I spent the rest of the afternoon, had a 10-minute footage to put before these now, because I was not convinced, but I was excited that I thought that might fix my problem, but it actually didn't. It was a little bit confusing. So I've been all afternoon and now. So today is Sunday, guys, and it's about 8 o'clock at night now. And I spent all afternoon on this. I left night this morning, had a few hours sleep, and I spent all afternoon. I just thought I need to completely exhaust all my options on this board before I go for a new board or a used board. A used module, even a used module, is about 300 quid or over 300 pounds. So it's not a cheap module to be spending money if you can fix it. And I just gave up. Was at some point I thought I found something. I'm gonna leave you now with that part of the footage. I'm not gonna take you through the 10 minutes. It was a 10 minutes clip. I'm not going to take you through all of that because surely you are already a little bit, I don't know how long this video is already, and it's probably too long, and I don't know what's going on with my videos lately. Since I've started to record here, all my videos have been going for quite a long time. I don't know, I need to get back on track as I was doing it before, 25, half an hour tops, but my videos have been going quite long. And yes, guys, I talk too much. I know I do. I do apologize, but it is the way I feel comfortable doing this. Anyway, I'll leave you now here with those. I'm going to try to make it as short as possible, but just to show you that I found something. And I thought that could be possibly the cause, especially because of where he was. That was not the fix. It didn't fix anything really. So, but anyway, I'll leave you now with the footage of that clip. 200k homes in there. It's just the state of that thing that is not really too good. So this last one on this chip, I can measure 20. Is that 20 ohms? Yeah, 20 ohms. So it's not 200, it's 20 ohms. Sorry. Then on the second chip, that one and that one, I can measure 20.3, and on the faulty one, or on this top one, I can measure 178 ohms, and there's no beeping. So, okay, so as you have seen, we found something, but that was not the fix. And what I've done after that, guys, is I've spent more time on this. I ended up actually swapping this chip with that chip, because I thought, you know, this chip controls a lot of these ones here, or is connected to some of this, which controls these two plugs here, but there's nothing connecting on this card, there's nothing connecting on these two plugs. So I thought, okay, I'll swap this one with that one. That made no difference. I've lifted this one and resorted it, made no difference. I went through the entire board, I reflowed these chips here at the back, I reflowed loads of stuff. I went with the microscope through a lot, and I could not see anything else. I measured pretty much every single component. There is no shorts, there is no nothing. And because this is still doing exactly the same as I showed you before, it's intermittently, it works sometimes okay, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you unplug, leave it for a few seconds, plug it back in, and it goes back to normal until you switch the ignition. So to me, this board, by the way, guys, is 1,000%, 1,000,000% a multi-layer board. So to me, my only explanation is that one of those vias or through holes, whatever you want to call it, inside where it connects to the middle layer is start to go, and maybe sometimes it makes contact, or it might just be a signal connection, and that signal sometimes it makes it, sometimes it doesn't make it right, and it is what it is. At some point, guys, I could try now, but sometimes when you turn the side lights, actually that light at the top, obviously that one comes on fully bright, that one comes on just sort of like, so as if it's not something shorting there as well. So I don't know, guys, it's one of those things that is going to be nearly impossible now. So we're going to have to go for another board. I spent now about 10 hours maybe try to repair this board, and it's just not having it. So what I decided to do was give it up of this. I'm going to buy a new board, or I'm going to tell the owner to get me a new board, a new module, or use whatever you want to do. In the meantime, I've sealed that light, as you can see here on this picture. Well, the picture doesn't really show me sealing it, but I've sealed it. So what I've done is I took these off. Then you have a kind of a seal around, a kind of a sponge seal. The seal was not proper going all the way around. So the seal, so this edge here is supposed to sit on top of the seal, and on this side was right here at the top was not proper going, and here at the bottom as well. So I actually lifted the seal from the chassis, from the metal, although it kind of rips off because it's glued in there, and as you pull it rips off a little bit, but I did it, and then I put the sealant behind to glue it back. So I stretched it to put it right, and then I put around this seal, I put a layer, a layer of sealant all the way around before I put it back, and did the same on this side here as well. So then I put it back on. I'm quite confident that this is sealed. I'm not going to show you now. I was planning to show you now on this side. So I would be showing you this side, and I would say, and I was about to say, I did exactly the same on that side. Unfortunately, guys, when I opened this side, I couldn't believe my eyes. There's no seal. There is no seal. And the worst is, you can see in there, obviously this one has the seal. The seal came here, but it does have the seal. But on this side is not even marks of ever had a seal. The other seal was glued. As I was trying to pull the seal would split because it's sponge and it would just rip. But on this side, as you can see, there's no marks at all of ever had a seal. I'm not sure what happened here. Did they forgot the seal at the factory? I don't know. But definitely something really strange. And obviously, as you're gonna see now, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can definitely see it in there. Okay, so we're gonna have to clean this. And I'm gonna order a seal. Well, I found the seals on eBay, but they come, most of them, or pretty much all of them, they only delivered in about a week's time. I'm gonna try to get everything done for this week. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm not gonna order the seal today. I'm gonna ring Mercedes tomorrow, see if this is something they will have in stock, or they can deliver me these a little bit quicker. If they can, I'll buy just the one. I think they sell them separately anyway, so I'll get one for this side, and we'll put a new seal in there. As we put the seal, we'll make sure we put it correctly, and again we'll put a little bit of sealant around, and then I'll put the light back, and that should sort my water intrusion. In the meantime, I will get the owner to bring me the module, and we will be ready then to program the module to the car. I will get you through that later on, but if we get a UK spec module, most likely everything will work out of the box. We might just have to code a couple things, but I'll take through that maybe even on a separate video, not sure. In the meantime, what I've done as well, guys, is I sandpaper this pump, and I gave it a little bit of a paint with Amerite, I think is how you pronounce it, black paint, which is a paint that you apply straight into rust. I know, guys, it's not a fix. He's not a fix. I know he's not gonna make it. You know, it's sooner or later this motor it will go. But at the time, or for now, it's still working, and I will show you that it does work. There you go. Stop. Go back up. Okay, so we need to adjust this boot once we have everything running properly. But it is working, as I'm gonna show you again. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to work forever. It's going to fail sooner or later, but for now it does work. We're going to leave this motor here for the time being, and that's it. At least we saved some money in there, but not on the module, unfortunately. Okay, and a few days later, I don't have the module yet. It should be delivered tomorrow, but I do have the seal. So £22.20 from Mercedes themselves. And this is the part numbers, in case if you guys are interested. I think that's the part number there. Okay, so I'm not going to really take you through. I'm just going to remove that off, put the seal, and that's it. And then wait for the module to get the module installed. Okay, and different day, the module just arrived directly from Mercedes. So we're gonna open it up, plug it in, and get it programmed. Now, I'm gonna do a separate video just for the programming, so it's not gonna be here. So once that video comes out, it's gonna be in the description below. Also, I'll quick tell you here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to program this with the MaxiSys, purely because the subscription of the MaxiSys is expired. If I don't need to flash the module and I can just do coding, I should be able to do it. If I need to do any flashing, MaxiSys will not be able to do it, so I might have to use Star, unless this module is already flashed with a newer version than the one I have on the Star, then I'll be stuck, because I think the Star I have 2018 software in there. So yeah, we'll have to go bit by bit to see what we can do, but for now I just want to plug it in and see exactly what happens. Okay, here he is. Part numbers there, part numbers there. Now this is a Q03. I know that the original one was a Q02, as you can see there. Okay, nevertheless, again, plug it in and see what happens. Okay, new module is plugged in. As you can see, that's the old one. One of the things I've noticed straight away is that these lights is not working. This is going to be part of the coding to tell the module that this light is here. Everything else seems to be working. Okay. So it's doing its thing. We're just going to quickly turn the lights on and see what happens, even without coding anything. So let me just key on, lights on. Oh, look at that. Now everything comes on in the right place. So the problematic side was this side, which is doing just what's supposed to be doing. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do now is what was I about to say? What we need to do now is program the module, make sure everything is good, and go from there. But again, that's going to be on a different video. So we're going to flash the module, or program the module, I would say, code the module, and then just make sure everything is working, and that's it. And then that should be problem fixed. Okay, guys, don't bother looking for the video for the programming of the module. For reasons that doesn't really matter now, I could not record it. I will show you that everything is working though, and who knows, when I come across another one I will take you through everything. But as you can see now, so turn signals are working on both sides, reverse is working, brake lights are working, side lights are working, 2 on each side, so 2 here and 2 in there. Number plate lights are working, and everything else is working. I'll show you. Okay, so the interior light in the boot is also working, and I'm taking you through the bits I had to code. Electric seats. Let me take these off now because we don't need any more. Electric seats. Okay. The other side is working as well. So these were the bits I actually had to code. Let me put these back into park. There's one thing I haven't showed you yet, which is the fog light. So the fog light should come on this side, which is the road side. As you can see, those lights, they get a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna turn it off now so you see the difference. There we go. So that's the fog lights. When you turn them on and off, they just become brighter, and they become brighter in the middle of the road. So obviously, if you need to put them on the other side, if you are in a left-hand drive country, there is a coding that tells you if you want to swap the fog lights, you press yes, and then that will enable the fog light on that side rather than on this side. But other than that, everything is working, guys. So we're just gonna put everything back on, put the unit back in place, and that's about it, really. So we have the car done, and I'm not going to take you through how to assemble everything. You guys can see everything is working, so we're just going to wrap up this video here, even because this video is probably quite long by now. So with no further ado, we are going to wrap up this video, guys, and I just paused before I record this last bit, and I just thought about something. I might use the old module to show you how to do the coding, So I'm not going to show you on the new module now, but might take you through on the old module. It doesn't really matter, the module is broken and is broken, but he will accept any coding we'll put in there. So I think I might going to take you through that. So I might show you some sort of coding in there. Even if you don't code the module right, doesn't really matter, but I think I might take you through that. Just curiosity, and we'll be doing it using the Maxi-Cs anyway. So, but for this video, guys, that's it. So in the end, a bad rear SEM, and that's about it. So with no further ado, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information here you can find useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, put them below, and like always, thanks for watching.